Hey everyone, Richard Kennedy here. Hope all of you are doing well. Today is May 1st, 2019, and it's been almost 3 years since I've had my two near-death experiences. In fact, my second near-death experience happened around Mother's Day, 2016, while I was in the hospital visiting my elderly mother, and I ended up staying 3 days in the hospital after I just completely passed out in the hospital, in her hospital room. One night I spent 3 nights in the hospital, and doctors trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and they couldn't. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm here to tell you it's been an amazing journey that I've been on since my two near-death experiences in May 2016. I have seen and witnessed so many things as I've gone on the journey and taken the walk with the Lord. So many miracles have happened right here in front of my face. So many, too many to even mention now. I will tell you the pictures and the images that I have are all real. None of them are altered, and they still come to me today. I have also worked on cases with missing children, other missing persons as well. And it's sad to say that in some cases I can't even get authorities to contact me concerning information that I have concerning a case that they may be working on in whatever state. That's sad, because these messages and images come to me from the Lord. And this is going to prove that nobody believes. Nobody still believes. But it's been an amazing walk and an amazing journey. This coming Friday is going to be May 10th. It's my late father's birthday. My father's birthday was May 10th, born in 1923. He passed away in 1999. This coming Friday on May 10th, I want to be rebaptized. My brother is a preacher, and it's sad to say that my work will not let me off to be rebaptized on my father's birthday, my late father's birthday. What kind of world is this these days? I've worked on some things that have come to me from God concerning farmers, and that's why this video is titled Message from God to the Farmers. Over the last 3 years, I have received sporadic messages from the Lord concerning ways for farmers to help clean up the crops and the toxic messes that are going on. Last night, the Lord came to me and God said, take your list, put it together, and make a short video of what you got for now's time. It's time for the farmers to take a look at some of this and to get started on it ASAP. So here we go. Message from God to the farmers. Apply limestone around the exterior perimeter of your crops. A really thick layer all the way around the perimeter of your crops. What this does, it will hold out some of the insects from entering into your fields, but keep them away. Yes, limestone will. And also the limestone will help with any toxic water runoff. It will help clean the toxins out of that water before they go into any other waterways or bodies of water near you through the drainage. So the limestone, two purposes: insects, hold off some insects, and clean water runoff. Also, on the outer edge of your crops, on the outside of where I'm talking about the limestone, now you want that limestone to be at least a vehicle width wide, or even your crop machinery that you use. You want it to be a pretty wide layer and deep layer of limestone. But you also, on the outside of that, you want to plant like some trees, some shrubs, or even sunflowers, say from the direction where the wind's blowing into your crops. This will help clean the toxins out of the air. Believe it or not, sunflowers are very good plants as far as cleaning toxic air. The toxins in the air does not harm the sunflower one bit. It'll actually clean the air, even down into the roots. The sunflowers will. So on the outer perimeters of your crops, you could have nice, beautiful sunflowers growing. If you don't like sunflowers, then go the shrubs, some type of shrub, other than mulberry, and we'll get to that, or trees. Now I want you to take a look at the Johnny Appleseed. The Johnny Appleseed technique, as I call it. Read the story on Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed did something similar to this and planted a fence around the border, around the perimeters of his apple trees. Johnny Appleseed continuously had consistent apples the exact same year after year after year. Okay, the Johnny Appleseed technique. I want you to read it. His apples were always clean. And on another subject of Johnny Appleseed, he never used genetically modified or crossbred seeds. It was the same seed year after year after year that he used. He did not get into the crossbreeding or anything like that. So say no to GMO, genetically modified seeds. Why? We're not God. Okay? Take the seed and the embryo seed. You plant a seed. Come on, I'm not a farmer, but my grandfathers were. You plant a seed. It's deep in the soil. It's covered up. It's dark. It's black. How does that seed know which direction to grow? God. Miracle of God. When you start messing with the embryo of that seed, sure, you may be taking out the possibility of the rust disease not forming in that seed. You may be taking that away, but what else are you doing to the seed? You get it? We're not God. You're messing with the embryo. Don't do it. You're messing with the seeds. So, no to GMO, genetically modified seeds. This is a common one. Got to stop using the heavy fertilizers. Got to stop using the heavy fertilizers. Sure, the limestone and all will help as far as any water runoff and get to the waterways and bodies of water, but you've got to stop using the heavy fertilizers. You have to. And this will help. This is going back to the 1800s. Farmers found that by removing mulberry bushes or shrubs within a 5-mile radius of their crops, eliminated rust disease. Mulberry, that's right, within a 5-mile radius. This was done in the 1800s. This was sent to me from God. Do your own research on it. You may have some neighbors 2 miles down the road that got these nice pretty mulberries out in their yard. They're not going to like it when you come and say, hey, I need you to remove your mulberries. It's a true fact. So any farmers out there in the country that are dealing with rust disease on your soybeans or your wheat, look into this. Mulberries, remove them. This comes from God. And finally, in the Bible it states to leave your crops idle. Let them sit every 7th year. Don't touch the land. Let Mother Earth replenish it. Let God come in there and let Mother Earth do its part to replenish the land. Let it sit. Let it rest for a year. Where you're scratching your head and you're going, oh my gosh, how I can't make money. How am I going to do that? I can't go farm 6 years and then let it sit the 7th year. Divide your crops up into 7ths. Let the first 7th sit for the first year. Don't farm it. See if we can get the government to pitch in for that first year, maybe for you a little bit of a loss. Then after that first year, farm that number 1 and let number 2 sit. And alternate them year after year. But let a piece of your land sit for 1 year so it can replenish itself. Take a look at Exodus in the Bible. Exodus chapter 23, verses 10 and 11. Exodus 23, 10 and 11. In 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. But the 7th year thou shalt let it rest and lie still. Farm it 6 years, let it rest. Leviticus, this is King James Version, by the way. Leviticus chapter 25, verses 3 and 4. 6 years thou shalt sow thy fields, and 6 years thou shalt prune thy vineyards, and gather in the fruit thereof. But in the 7th year shall be a Sabbath of rest unto the land, a Sabbath for the Lord. Thou shalt neither sow thy field, nor prune thy vineyard. There it is. It's in the Bible. Divide your crops up into sevenths. Let part of it sit for at least a year. Let Mother Earth replenish herself, and God will take care of you. Listen to me, farmers. Just some of these little simple things right here. Put your faith and trust in the Lord. He will take care of you. I promise you He will. If you believe in Him, if you believe, you will receive. God bless each and every one of you. I'm praying for all the farmers throughout the world, throughout our country here in the U.S. God bless each and every one of you. Have a great day.